Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Nicole, and this is Gracefully Authentic. And today we are doing another body doubling video. And we are back in my son's closet doing some more organizing. For those who were with me last time, you'll remember that we kind of started in this front little area. I have this today organizer that we went through. There wasn't a lot of stuff in there, so that went by really quickly. We kind of went through the clothes that were hanging up, got rid of what we didn't need, and then we kind of worked in this front area on the floor, going through old backpacks, moving pillows and stuffed animals and shoes kind of out of the way. If you notice, I'm wearing the same thing because it's the same day. Okay, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie. It's the same day. So I actually had a little bit more time to work in this area, but I usually just set the 30-minute timer, work until the timer is done, and then continue working. And so that's what I did. I set the 30 minutes. We walked through everything that I just explained, and now I'm actually just going to I'm kind of in a groove on a roll, whether it's my flow state or my ikigai, and so I'm just going to go ahead and set another 30 minutes and keep working. So the bookcase has books and stuff on it that need to be organized, but that is not really impacting the organization of this space. So I'm going to skip the bookcase for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the next timer, and I'm going to start clearing out this top shelf around. And if I have time, I'll come down to this table in the back. So let's get started. I hope you have time to work in another area or pick up where you left off last time in the area you were working at. Please drop your before and after pictures in the comments because I'd love to see the progress that you're making. And then also I'll drop some before and afters as well. All right, let's get started. Ziggy, set a 30-minute timer. 30 minutes. 30 minutes starting now. Okay. So up here, pillowcase, 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 and sheet and pillowcase. Let me see. Okay, no, we do have that. Okay, so these can all stay. Let me just put them in the dirty clothes for wash and refold. And then this is a hand crocheted blanket. This one is Nicholas's. Where's Amari's? I don't know if I have Amari's in here, but essentially Amari got a blanket. Um, I got a blanket as a gift for Amari when he was born, and Nicholas kept trying to take it. And it was, it's a baby blanket, so it was like yay small, and Nicholas is putting it on his big body. And so the person that sent it to me, I sent them a picture like, uh-oh, the blanket got stole. And then he got one for himself. So that was so sweet, so sweet. And it's so nice. And actually, I might have to send a picture like, oh, this one got stole too. And it's wintertime now, so it should actually be on the bed. So that's where it's going. But this is so lovely. Okay, this one I made, not hand crocheted. Essentially, I just saw something. I made this a while ago. So it's like a fleece fabric. So it's two different fleece fabrics, white on one side and then the design on the other side. And then all you have to do is cut little strips and like tie them, knot them together. And then you end up with a blanket. And so this is my handmade blanket. Not a lot of um, labor, but definitely something I can say I made myself. Oh, not a pillow. I like pillows and blankets, which I probably didn't realize until I started cleaning up and realized how many pillows and blankets I got. So I'm gonna have to start bringing that number down. Well, I never get rid of blankets because you never know when you're gonna have guests over. It might get chilly. So I'm always gonna have plenty of blankets. Um, But now we're starting to get into the clothes that are too small. And typically, because I don't get to the donation centers often, when they start getting clothes that are too small, I just throw them up here. And then now, like today, I'll take them down and start um, getting them ready to go out. So yeah, the crazy part is obviously I have an older son and a younger son. And so I could do like hand me downs, but their age difference is pretty much so wide that I don't want to have to wait like 5 years to be able for them to wear this item. So at this point, I just I can't hold on to stuff that long, and that's kind of where I get aggravated with how much like stuff I have and things of that nature. It's like you just gotta let it go. And then really, I think about like it could be serving someone else. There's someone out there. That's why I also do my buy nothing groups, because then you can just find like someone local to your area, post like, hey, I have this, free to a good home, and then people are like, oh yeah, I'll take that. I need that, and so you can even, help your neighbors with stuff that you don't need. So this is another pillowcase, but I know for certain we don't have that covered anymore. The pillowcase from my childhood. See, so then I get sentimental and I start thinking like, oh, I want to get rid of this pillowcase. Like I think I could find a picture of me as a baby with this pillowcase in the background. That's insane. Yeah, so to all the people working in like thrift stores and donation centers, God bless you, because the amount of sorting and stuff that y'all have to do is insane. Like I usually try to put things like items together and all that kind of stuff. But I know there's just a ton of times y'all just gotta go through, and there's probably a lot of stuff that gets thrown out even after it's donated, just for like quality and things like that. But I couldn't imagine having to go through all of that. Another pillow. This is a Blaze pillow. It came with the comforter. We have comforter. We don't need the yes, I want to keep the ball. No, I don't know where to put it right now. So onto the bookcase. So okay, yeah. There are some organizers that think like touch it once, right? So if you're organizing and you like, okay, I picked up this ball, right? I need to do something with it now, not put it someplace else for later. And I can understand why that is the thought, because then you end up just moving your declutter to another space. But I am not of that camp. Why? Where I want this to go is in the toy organizer downstairs. If I get up from here and take this one little ball out of this room, into the hallway, down the stairs, into the living room where the toy organizer is, there is way too many opportunities for me to get distracted by something, which will not have me come back to this space in a while. Okay, in a while. It'll be like, oh, I forgot to Load the dishwasher. Oh, I was gonna vacuum down here. Oh, the toy section needs organizing. So when I go put the ball down there, I'll start organizing the toy section. And the next thing you know, it'll be 10 weeks from now. And I'd be like, I never finished in the closet. So I understand where you don't want to be double handling and triple handling some items, but know yourself, figure out yourself, and figure out what's going to be more beneficial. Moving this for somewhere else until later or taking care of it right now. And for me, it's better that I move it here till later because if I leave this general area of space, the chances of me coming back in a meaningful amount of time is very slim. This looks like someone was doing one of those science fairs with the solar system, but we haven't done none of those. Oh, did we do one of those? I don't know. The foam ball gotta go. That's small. Watch. Okay, and then here. Okay, here's the other thing with organizing is the thought of like, but I might need it. Someone down the line may end up having to do a solar system science fair project. And I'm going to be like, but I had that ball. That might be 3 years from now. It might be 5 years from now. Who knows how many years from now? Do I really want to hold on to this for that long? An indefinite amount of time because I don't know when it's going to happen or if it's going to happen. But if it happens, I want to be prepared. This is not the type of preparation you need. The type of preparation you need is an emergency fund. Okay? If something happens to your house, to your car, you have the money to do something, to repair it, that's the type of preparation you need. Having this one styrofoam ball for the next 3 years is not the preparation you need. So let's start changing our mindsets. See? It's a winter hat. It's got a Santa on it. And you're like, oh, I don't want to buy a Santa hat every year. But I'm pretty sure this hat's been up here for more than 1 year. Christmas just passed, and we still haven't worn it. So it goes to another family who will love it and cherish it. Okay. This is the bag for a play tent. But I think I already gave away this play tent. Not mistaken. So the bag's gonna go in the garbage. And if I find the play tent later, no, because if it's not given away and it's holed up somewhere, why isn't it in the bag? Garbage, just garbage. This is a crib blanket. I ain't got no babies. I ain't got no cribs. And I think I'm gonna need another donation bag. Gotten too big. Now these, were actually like a hand me down from a friend, and they were slightly too big at the time, but I think we have finally come on to their season. Yes, we finally came into their season, so those can go in the wash. Okay, here's another one. I'm going to talk about this, but understand I don't have an answer yet. So more than likely, I'm going to hold on to this. But my son was doing Taekwondo, and as you can see, he was doing it for a pretty decent while. He's got a white and purple, white and green, white, yellow, yellow with black, white with yellow, white with black, white with orange. So he was in there for some time. And as a matter of fact, let's show you what else he was doing. This is a whole sparring kit. It's got the big thing you put around your body so people can punch you. And it came with a nice gym bag, and then the pads to protect you, the helmet to protect you, all of this stuff, right? Because he was doing Taekwondo. I spent a nice little bit of money on this. This wasn't no treats, nothing. So I don't want to get rid of it because I spent all this money on it. However, he ain't using it. He ain't going back to Taekwondo at this point, which makes me sad. I liked it. I guess he liked it, but not enough to keep with it. So what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Anyway, I'm gonna hold on to it. I think actually what I said I was gonna do is I was gonna bring it by the center and see if they could give it to another person in that class, or because sometimes you're like in these activities and then you want to do something else, and the cost of doing something else can be a little cost prohibitive. So I'd rather just, because it's also branded with the Taekwondo Studios name. So yeah, so I'll bring it over there and just say like, hey, free to a good home, and they'll know where to place it because it's their students. So that's what I'm going to do. I said I didn't know what I was going to do, but I lied. I do know what I'm going to do. But that's what I'm going to do with the sparring gear. The belts are personal. They can't be reused. It's like your own effort to earn them. So I will actually just hold on to the belts. The camp that he did. All right, I might hold on to the camp because one thing that I'm interested in is taking martial arts. Now, but I also thought about holding on to this for like when I go, but I think this is a kid sized. I don't know if this will work for that. Let's see if it might work. I wonder if this is like, no, this feels short. Maybe. Yeah, so I do want to take martial arts, and it's on my list of things to do. I don't think I'm gonna get to it this year, 2026. Last year, 2025, I did start my piano lessons. So my 1 year anniversary of piano lessons is coming up. So that'll be fun. I'm excited about that. I think I shared. Oh, did I put that video up? I had to put that video up. We had a recital the other day. And so I have video of me playing some songs at my first piano recital. So I'm going to be focusing on that this year as well as my fitness. I do have a 9-week fitness series, and I will be starting my next set of 9 weeks on Monday. So you can follow me with that series as well. So even though I do want to get to martial arts, that's not on the bingo card for this year. Like I said, I will just take this sparring gear over to the school and see if they can utilize it. And then his belt, I'll just with those for a little bit, because if he decides to go back, he can pick up where he left off with the belts. I believe he would have to go to the same school or another school in this family to have those belts recognized. I'm not 100% certain about that, but no, we like the school, so we would just go back that same one anyway. So that's that. All that to say, you're going to come across stuff that's going to be a hard decision to make of whether to keep, to donate, to get rid of. So just think about more options than just your local donation center. You might have friends or family that can use the items. You can probably take it back to your school or extracurricular activity program in which you got it from. Or if you can organize it and keep it neat and clean, you can hold on to it and make that decision at a later date. So I know what I'm going to do with this, but I don't know when I'm going to take it over there. So I'm actually just going to put it back up on the show. I think what I'll do is I'll call them and let them know that's what I want to do, and let them advise me of when a good time would be. But at least I have a plan for it now. And it shouldn't sit there a whole nother year. Okay. This is the box to our Wii, which we have given away already. So that box is now trash. More football. This is the bag to the camping pillows. That was pants that we just wore the other day. Oh, that's a cute little blankie thing. Maybe the clothes we just wore. Okay. This is our beach towel. That in the linen closet. I can't hold. And these should all be too small. Let me just bring them down, roll them up, put them in the bag. Oh, we do have some of the dartboard darts. If I can find some, I'll put it with the dartboard. But I believe it'll be given away too. So keep, oh yeah, here's another one. Keep these things in mind as you're buying like these birthday gifts and Christmas gifts. A lot of time they don't even use them for more than the week. You spend this money, you spend the time wrapping them up, hiding them, making it look like Santa's handwriting and all of that stuff, just for it to end up as little pieces all over your house later. That's why we're definitely working towards more experiences over gifts. So do what you can. We were lucky enough to travel this holiday, but also, experiences can be local. There are things that you can do locally besides spending so much on gifts. The holiday season is a great time for volunteering. I do find that it can be a little challenging to find volunteer opportunities that allow kids. So typically, then you end up having to do activities where it's something like you can donate. So you can do like the care packages or military, or even like the Operation Shoebox, where I believe you could send like care package with some small toys for kids um, overseas in different countries. You can also do letters to seniors, holiday cards to seniors that don't have maybe family to come visit them, things of that nature. Now you might be able to visit seniors as with kids. I feel like if you went to like a assisted living facility or a nursing home, they probably allow that. But yeah, it's just a good time to get creative, give back, and like I'm just in a space now where less is more. I read the book Essentialism. I need to do a book review on it, but I really enjoyed it. I find that we spend so much time dedicated, like, not to the wrong things, but the things that may not have the same significance later on in life. Like for example, like my job, obviously I need to work and I don't mind working so much, but I can't be so focused on work that I also miss living a non-work life. And what happens, I think, in what the concept of essentialism really talks about is sometimes we get caught up in having to do everything, feeling like we're having to do and be a part of everything. And so, the more you end up in these cycles of purchasing, the more money you need to make, the more time you need to spend at work. And then, you end up with more and more time at work to make money to spend on stuff that at the end of the day, no one even cares about. And so I'm just working to get out of that cycle. I'm working on being more, intentional with my spending, mindful and thoughtful about it. What are the things that are going to bring us joy over, a time period versus just like the dopamine hit you get from like opening a present. Nothing is made, but not. So that's kind of the mindset I'm in. That's the journey I'm on with all of this decluttering, is just getting rid of certain things. So like on our trip, I'll give you an example. On our trip, I purchased a pack of playing cards so that we can play cards, but they actually had a pack of playing cards that was dad jokes themed. So every playing card had a different dad joke on them. And so at one point we just ended up taking turns reading the jokes off the cards, not even like playing any games. So in addition to like playing games, we were able to just sit around and laugh or not laugh at some of the jokes that were on the card. And so that deck of cards cost $1, and we were able to get multiple segments, I guess, of fun from it for the $1. So it's like you don't always have to buy a ton of things or expensive things in order to still get the joy out of it. Okay, so that was my little rant. I've also come across like thrifting videos, and I see where people are like, what I bought versus how I thrifted it. And so that's cool too, because to me, that one's less about saving money and more about repurposing. And so everything doesn't have to be purchased new full price. And sometimes it takes more thought and intentionality to see like, okay, what can I use this for? Or how can I use it and who would appreciate it than just, mine. So those are some of the things that are currently in my brain space. Okay, so now I'm to the point where I'm tired of doing this. So that's usually why I just do the 30 minutes. In this case, I had a little bit more energy after the first 30 minutes, so we're on the second 30 minutes. And we are okay. We're coming to the end. We're not that far along. Probably got maybe another 5 minutes or so. That much. So I'm gonna finish up. My bag is completely and utterly full. I'm stretching it to the max because I don't want to get up and get a new one. Because like I said, if I get up and get out of here, it's a wrap. So I'm gonna put these last few things in this bag, and then I'm gonna start making my pathway out. So I've stacked a lot of stuff here just so I can stay in this space without going too far, and I've essentially blocked my way in. So I will unblock myself, and that will be it for today. I did want to get rid of there. So here, okay, now here's my mind trick that I'm going to do, just so I feel a level of accomplishment maybe bigger than what I should. This one, I think. Okay. That stuff up there behind me here, because I didn't want to do the whole shelving in this segment, I'm just going to bring it down and put it in this space, which we'll get to next time. So that way I will feel like I have completed all of the shelving. And then in my next segment, all I have to do is work on the bookcase and this table. This is an empty suitcase, so I'm going to actually put it in the other closet where we keep the suitcases. Make more space in here. I gotta see if I can show y'all this. I'm like completely locking myself in. Okay, we did say we'd be holding on to these. So that's up there. And then more books, so that actually works out. The next part we'll be talking about getting rid of books. I'm so into books that it can be hard for me to decide to get rid of some. Start. But also, if you saw my other video, I've been doing more audiobooks. These are some books the kids probably don't read as often as others, so it's really time just to let them go to someone else. We have a ton, and we don't need a bunch. Ooh, yeah, we're gonna go through this next time. Old artwork. What do you do with old artwork? Oh, and pictures. I think I'm gonna end up having to hang up some of these pictures so I don't just have them laying around. Ooh, and I don't even know what's in there. But great. As you can hear, my timer's going off. Ziggy, turn off. Well, that's it for today, guys. This was our second 30 minutes in this closet, and we were able to accomplish these clothes on the hanger and clearing out the whole shelf around the sides. Next time, we'll tackle this desk area. So we're gonna, okay. Just because I do plan on taking this back to Goodwill probably before I get back to this desk area, I'm going to just go through these little bit of clothes right here and see who's who in the zoo. I'm pretty sure, yeah, these are, gotta check the knees because they be busted hole in the knees of these clothes. And I can't give away no pants with busted up knees. Okay. Yeah, so this was old uniform clothes. There's no uniform for my big one this year. And so he was all too happy to just throw this stuff in the back. He always, he goes so hard on the shirts that I think the shirts will just have to go in the garbage. So it's got holes and stains on them. Yeah, sometimes you do get into a groove and go over your minutes. In this case, I am going over just a smidge. Only because I do want to hit a good stopping point. Okay. So now, next time, put that here. This is the hat that goes with that ash shirt. Then I have to get a new bag, but I want this actually to go through this bag with the shirt. This one. Okay. So now I'm done. Because I know these are all keeps. So next time we will work just finishing out this little area. It's not much, guys. I'm very tempted to start another clock. When you go to part 3, if I'm wearing the same outfit, you know what happened. I just started another clock. I'm gonna but for right now, I need to go drink some water. I need to hydrate my body. So I'm going to stop here. Thank you so much. I hope you are having some of the same success in your areas that you are organizing. And I will be back with another body doubling video. We are like hitting a stride, guys. We're gonna have this thing so clean and organized. We won't know what to do with ourselves when it's all said and done. So with that being said, have a great one, and I will see you next time. Bye.